Hey guys, this is the follow-up video to the one that I did 2 years ago called Kreg Killer. At that time, I was comparing the PocketJig200 from Milescraft and the Mini by Kreg. So those are both single barrel clamp-on jigs that you would then drill your pocket holes with. Now, in that one, I called the Milescraft a Kreg Killer. And in this video, I'm going to compare the brand new PocketJig200 with the Kreg R3. And let's see how they both fare. So I have pros and cons for both, and let's take a look at what happens. Okay, so first up is the Kreg R3, and I like that it is a nice compact little case, right? You've got everything that you need in this tiny little form factor. You know, it comes with the bit, comes with the collar. I like that the collar fits inside the holder itself. And it comes with all the things that you'd need, the jig itself, and a couple little starters. What I like about the Milescraft version, though, is that this is nice, it's compact, but you gotta kind of hold on to the whole thing. The Milescraft is, it's got a little carry handle, it feels a little bit more substantial to it, and it comes with a little bit more. And I guess that's kind of the theme of this video, is that the Milescraft is just as good, if not better, but comes with more. I'll take a look at the, at both of the jigs in a second, but the first thing that I want to show you is that it comes with a couple of different things here. Yes, it comes with a bit. It actually comes with two of them. It comes with a smaller one as well. It comes with the pocket hole bit itself, and a collar. Actually, it's already on my drill. This is the one that's in this case, is actually another one that I have. And it comes with this quick change bit, which is good if you only have a drill. You can put the quick change into the drill chuck and then swap out both the hole making bit and the driving bit. And so just like an impact driver, it works by retracting and then it goes in and then it's not coming out. And then, and that way you can use both. So I do like that it comes with just more stuff. And if we take a look at, let me just put this back in there. And if we take a look at what it holds, it actually has all of the same goodies that the Kreg comes with, except there's literally twice as much. So if this one comes with 10 screws, this one comes with 20 in any given size, which is nice. In the plugs, this one comes with 20. That one comes with, this one comes with like, this one looks like it comes with 10, and then the Kreg comes with 5. I don't know how many projects you can do with like 5 screws or 5 plugs or whatever. So I feel like this is just a little bit more generous as far as what you get. So in my previous version of the video that I did, it was a little infomercially in that I gave you my top 4 reasons why I liked one over the other, and they were all valid reasons. And even though there were commenters that said that I was selling out, I can assure you I was not. I didn't get any money, and I wasn't selling out for a $10 jig. Anyways, here we are. So these are the two jigs. This is the R3 by Kreg, and this is the PocketJig200 by Milescraft. This is a beefier little jig here, and I kind of really like that. It also is made from what feels like glass reinforced plastic, which is nice as well. This could be too, but I don't know, it doesn't really feel like it to me. And here are a couple of points of interesting comparison. So this has like a little quick release that lets you just slide to the next size, and then when you slide, there's a detent and a satisfying little snap that takes you to it. And if you're between, you kind of only have those sizes to go to: 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, and then 1 1/2, and then 1.5 inches. Okay. The Kreg version is a little different, and then these two sliders are independent. You have to move one. I guess you could move them at the same time, but it's a little different, right? They do have a detent, but there's there's a lot more options here, and I don't know how many different size. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but there's 1/2 inch, and then there's increments of 1/4 inch all the way up to 1 1/2 inch. I feel like that's too much for a pocket hole jig, but whatever. What's annoying about this is that it stops every 1/4 inch, and that they, that they're independent. They don't just go together. The other thing that actually really bugs me about this jig is this holder here. It is fine if you're using one of these face clamps, because it just kind of just slides right in there, which is great, and then just clamps down. But if you're using any other kind of clamp, like one of these quick releases, it doesn't actually work properly. And what's going to happen is that this little thin plastic in here is just going to snap. And it also doesn't give you a lot of grip because the bulk of the surface is below the lip. So it's kind of only made for these kinds of clamps, which is annoying because I use this. And I also use these click clamps from Bessie, which I really like. And I use that with this jig sometimes, but I can't use it with that. And actually, what I have fallen in love with recently is this, which just sort of slips into this bracket that I've installed in my workbench. And then just boom. So it's like this one-handed operation. And so that's right. So that works well there. Actually, it makes it feel like more like one of the bigger jigs, because you could just clamp with one hand, go, drill, lift, move, you know what I mean? So it's a great little thing. Let me show you now how they work, because they are going to work similarly. So this one has a positive stop, as this does as well. But if you have, for whatever reason, a piece of wood that you wanted this to sit flush on, you could do that with the Milescraft. If you wanted to, for example, fix a drawer in situ, like if you had a drawer that needed to be fixed and you didn't want to take the whole thing apart, you could just put it into the drawer and then clamp it on from the top and then drill your holes, and then you've fixed your drawer. You can't do that here. I guess you'd have to take this, maybe you could take these off? Yeah, you'd have to take these off and then do it that way. And then hopefully you don't lose them. But here, this is just a rotating positive stop. And it's kind of like all beefy. There was an older version of this jig, but this one they sort of really reinforced. There is this magnet up here, and if you're using the old style or the face clamp like this, it kind of just goes there. And it doesn't matter what size face clamp you're using because it's a magnet. But in this case with the Kreg, it does matter because it just sort of falls right out. Obviously, it's not the right size face clamp. Looks like it needs to be 2 inches, and this is maybe 1 1/4 inches. I don't know. Anyways, so now how this works. So let me move to 3/4 because that's my position. That's my stock, and I can just put it here, and then here we go. I'll tell you what I do like better about the Kreg over the Milescraft though. It has these evacuation holes. So the chips have somewhere to go, which is something that I think that Milescraft should add to these, because then it just sort of builds up and doesn't have anywhere to go. Maybe they did that for strength, I don't know, but they really should think about that. Anyways, so then you got some beautiful little pocket holes that you could use to join up a couple of pieces of wood. And let's just try that again with the Kreg. And I guess I'm running a risk of, wonder if I could take this off. Yeah, you know what? I'll just take off this rubber here. Okay. Anyways, that drilled some nice pocket holes as well. So would I call the Milescraft PocketJig200 a Kreg Killer? I'd call it just as good, if not better, than the Kreg R3, and you get more bang for your buck. There's a lot of different functionality that it has that the Kreg doesn't have, and there's a couple of things on the Kreg that the Milescraft doesn't have, namely the evacuation chambers. And I personally prefer Robertson screw types versus the Torx, but they're both really good and way better than Philips. So I'm glad that they both use something different than that. But again, as I said, I think at the end of the day, you're getting a phenomenal jig for the same, if not less money, and you're getting twice as many of the goodies. So make up your own mind. I'd love for you to try them both and tell me what you think. I think they're both affordable enough that anybody could get their hands on them and try them out. Thank you so much for watching, and look out for more content in the coming year. And if you're watching this before Christmas and New Year, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Be well, guys.